The robber tore the girl's pants, forced her legs apart, and broke her neck and faked the crime scene. Just an hour ago, while Amy was sleeping soundly, they forcibly stuffed a duck egg into the girl's mouth. Then they tied her up and threw her into the trunk. After getting into the car, they took off their masks to reveal their true faces. It turned out that the four of them were good friends, and the reason for doing this was to prepare a surprise for the girl. They arrived at the villa and gathered around the trunk, with one of them holding up a camera, ready to capture the beautiful moment. Who knew that after opening the trunk, all three were stunned to find that the girl had actually choked to death. They were about to call the police, but were loudly scolded by Sophie. She first impersonated the girl's mother and requested a long leave for her from school. Then she instructed the two of them to keep it a secret. They came to school as usual and then planned how to cover everything up. Sophie proposed to disguise the girl's death as a murder case so that they could get away with it, but Jenny felt that it was not right. They had already hurt her, and they couldn't continue to hurt her. But if they didn't do it, they would go to jail. To avoid punishment, they had no choice but to carry out Sophie's plan. After class, they drove the car to the girl's house and carried the body into the room. They put on rubber gloves and began to disguise the scene. Jenny felt sad when she saw their group photo and suggested that everyone turn themselves in, but Sophie was unwilling to do so. At this moment, the girl's deskmate, Barbie, was standing outside the door. The teacher asked her to help deliver the homework, but Barbie knocked on the door for a long time without receiving any response. She was about to leave when she noticed the back door was open. Barbie cautiously walked in and heard noises coming from upstairs. She cautiously walked upstairs, only to discover a horrifying scene. The girl's friends were discussing how to dispose of the corpse, and Barbie was instantly terrified. She had intended to flee quickly, but unexpectedly, she was discovered by several people. In order to keep this secret, the three of them took the initiative to make friends with her and said they would protect her in the future. Barbie, who had always been bullied at school, immediately agreed. When the girl's parents returned home from a business trip and saw her body, they were instantly horrified. The police began their investigation and even came to the school to question the four individuals. But Sophie managed to muddle through with her superb acting skills. But Jenny couldn't let it go. She insisted on telling the police the whole truth. To her surprise, Sophie threatened to make her disappear immediately if she dared to call the police. Jenny had no choice but to keep her mouth shut. But on countless nights, she could always see the girl appearing beside her, the once best friend who now died because of them.